thoughts?
I think Hatcher and I can probably say like we're tired of seeing each other. You know, it's been 13 months and we've played that team 6 times. We played really well tonight. You know, we just played good. I thought we were prepared for the moment. Hats off to Logan. We knew it was going to be a battle. They're a really good team, and like they're a really well coached team. The thing coming into a game where you beat a team twice, and many coaches said, "How do you feel about that?" I'm like, "Well, Mark Hatcher's sitting on the other side, so you never feel comfortable with Mark Hatcher sitting over there." Really commendable to these guys and how they prepared leading up to this moment. You know, this success in that play was not by accident. So we're tickled to be moving on, and we'll hopefully here for a couple more days.
Second quarter, 10-0 run to start off, and that was kind of really the cushion that you guys needed to blew it over in the fourth quarter. What did you feel went right for you during that stretch?
Oddly enough, we were really, really guarding. If you go back and look at the shots that they were taking and where we were defensively, we were really, really disruptive. And when we are disruptive defensively, I think our offense is good all the time, but when we're disruptive defensively, our offense is really good. So I thought that keyed everything we did from that point forward, and these guys were relaxed the whole time, but our defensive mindset today was really, really good.
There were times when Brock really kind of took over the game. Talk about his play overall, and man, it really got you started, and then in the third took off again.
Thing about that kid right there is we came down here last year, and he'll probably comment on this. He played terrible down. He scored terrible last year. I don't think, am I right, Brock? You were 0 for 12 from 3 in the state tournament last year.
It was 0 for a lot.
0 for whatever. And he was really, he was a first-team All-State guy, but he played terrible down here. And when we left, like, that dude just got to work. I mean, there's no other way around it. So when you get in these moments, our conversation with him before the game was, it's not one game. We've had 68 practices in 22 games. We're ready. And it's him, and it's him. We're ready. He was ready. So at the time and the lights went off, and I think I was telling Fred Persinger this, we're now, it took us a while to get comfortable in our own skin as a team. And they look at him to do that, and he did it.
Brock, I think Mark Hatcher said that he said something to you, and you said, "But I had to do something. I had 4 points last year." You recall that conversation in game and what happened there, and just talk about your performance too.
I think he mentioned stop scoring or something, and I told him I had to make up for last year because Coach was right. I did not perform well here last year, and I'm glad to make up for it this year.
Obviously, they're a team that plays hard and tough. Plus 19 in rebounding tonight, 23 second chance points. Just talk about that. Obviously, rebounding's been a big advantage for you guys all year long, but as the further you go along, it gets harder to replicate that. But plus 20.
We talk about what wins in March, and when we sit down and talk about how we're going to play and what we're going to do, it's designed for this week. Everything we do is designed for this week, and these guys have bought into that. And when you play that way, it travels. We talked about it before the game that when you play a team as many times we've played Logan, the margin is razor thin because there's nothing they can do that we don't know, and there's very little we can do that they don't know. It's all about who's a little tougher and who does the small things right. So statistics say that the team that wins the rebounding battle wins 77% of games. We stress on it. I mean, we got 6'9" sitting here, got a 6'5" wing, and you got Braxton Morgan, who's a man-child on the glass. So I think it's a big advantage for us. And when you offensive rebound 74% of your misses, you're doing something right. Maybe you're missing too much, but we're getting it back.
Talk about defending tonight, and I think you guys did a really good job of that. But they were over 10 from behind the arc. Was there anything different you did, or just stepped up your game and was better at that?
No, without giving away too much of the game plan, we had certain things. It's a testament to the guys and the players. We had certain things that we thought if we took away, that it would make it really hard on them offensively, and we wanted to put pressure on other guys to score. And I'll sit here and say one of the things we want to do is take away Zoe Murphy's threes and Lucas Lambert's threes. We felt like those guys on the three-point line, when you see the games that they're scoring 60, 65 points, those guys are getting threes in the air and making them. That was a focus that we had. If you look at one of the keys, it was number 3 and number 10 on the three-point line. And I thought when we do that and you put pressure on them to make a bunch of twos, they did a good job of it, but we thought, can you do it enough? And when you lose the three-point line on 24 points in today's game, it's tough.
Can you speak to the offensive efficiency you guys had tonight? 47% shooting from the floor. that's hard to do any night, especially when you come
Yep.
up here for the first time. Just talk about what's the game plan and how were you able to execute
You
it?
know, I think we're pretty blessed from a talent standpoint to where we don't really game plan offensively. And newsflash to anybody we play tomorrow, Bluefield, when we play it, we don't game plan and say, well, we have an advantage this guy. We just trust that these guys make the right play. You know, we put them in positions. They've evolved with each other to where now we had things that we thought we could do a little better tonight, but I just don't really have to overcoach offense, you know, because these guys are so talented and they're unselfish. At that point, give them a basketball and take an open one. We talk all the time. I don't care if Brock takes 20, Connor takes 20, Talon takes 20. I care about the quality. And quality's good, we'll live with the result. But we feel like when the quality's good, 47% is what you're going to get.
Talon, you haven't had a problem playing well down here like all tournament last year. What is it about this setting you think that agrees with your game?
You know, this is just a really fun place to play, especially playing Logan. Like it's packed in there when we play Logan. Every game we play Logan. So when we come down here and those side lights go off, I can feel the nerves kick in and then they go away as soon as that jump ball goes up. And I know my team needs me to play good, and not even on the offense, on the defensive end where we really strive to do good. And then we play good on defense. Our offense comes with that, and we just did that really well tonight.
Ken, a couple weeks ago, you said, quote unquote, hopefully I play Jay Smith for the last time. I'm going to buy a ticket to his graduation to make sure that he walks.
Can he
across the
graduate
stage.
tonight? Can he go through graduation? I mean,
Just preview round 3 of that matchup.
it's a lot like today in the fact of the margin for error is going to be very slim. There's very little blue, you know, Jody Fuller and Tony can put in some new sets, but your personnel, it's like we do a scouting report. Well, at this point, it's like we dap those guys up, we know them. I mean, so it's going to be a margin, or a razor thin margin. Tony Webster's got them playing really good basketball. We're very fortunate, and maybe with them too. We played each other 2 weeks ago. I mean, we played each other on, I think, the 23rd. I mean, so I'm not going to say we wish we played somebody else, but I feel confident in the bunch that we have and the way we can take a scouting report to the floor. I know these guys will be confident in it. It's a Region 3 battle. Really proud of the fact that Region 3 comes down here and represents, you know, on the boys and the girls side with Sherry, with Ryan. So kind of shows what Southern West Virginia basketball is. So we'll be ready.
Connor, not a lot of shots tonight, but you made them all. Talk about your floor game and the way it seems like your game, maybe fewer shots, has increased as the season's gone on.
I know I have to rebound the ball, so like most of the passes are rebounds, like shots for like Keegan, Talon, and Brock. So when they miss it, I just get the rebound and just put it back up.
Ivan's a hard to cover, man. You know, like Ivan in my opinion, Ivan's one of the best interior defenders in the state, regardless of class. And I think he can probably say those guys have had enough of each other over the last couple of years, and he just makes it hard on you. Makes it hard around. He's physical. He's athletic. He plays extremely hard. And Connor's response tonight to that was, like I said, 5 for 5 and 8 rebounds was wonderful. Took his first charge that I can remember.
No, it's Melvin Trail.
Okay, he took one more. So that was huge. You got 2 fouls on him early. That was huge. Last year? You're saying last year? Okay.
Coach, Mark said that he, after facing you guys so many times, 6 times in 13 months, that he was going to try about 6 different things against you guys tonight. How do you game plan for a team that's seen you as often as they have, or can you just?
And we talked about that yesterday. So the thing you focus on is you have to focus on the knowns. You know, the unknowns of what Coach Hatcher was going to do is really out of our control. We had to focus on the knowns going into the game, and a lot of that was personnel based and things that are their real comfort zone. The unknown we have to react to in the moment, and so that's kind of how we focus. We couldn't sit here and speculate what's he going to do. You knew Hatcher was going to come with some different things. But we focused on the knowns, and we thought if you get to the unknown, I've got good enough players and smart enough players to where they'll react to it well, and they do. I mean, it really helps. I've got Talon and Keegan, those 2 guys at the point guard spot. I mean, when they come over and call a play, we just run it. So we focused on the knowns. A lot of the same thing we'll do tomorrow or Friday. Focus on the knowns.
Brock, are you thinking about last year's game right before you take the floor tonight? I mean, when do you? It seems like that serves as motivation for you, but I'm curious when you forget about it.
It was definitely.
You hit your first one.
It was definitely something I thought about going into. It was like, I don't want to do that again because I felt like I let my team down last year. But going into it, I just related back to the work and know my teammates trust in me, and my coach does too. He tells me all the time, if I take 100 open ones, that's fine. We're going to live with it. So
Wish I could read the text he sent me the other night. And it said, yeah, I feel a little different about it this year, man. Last year it was nerves. I'm confident as ever now. That was Brock Johnson Tuesday night. So I think it showed up. And that it's natural confidence. It's earned confidence. And it shows up. And that's all of them. Like this guy gets in the gym all the time, Town. These guys are in the gym. It's great. So at that point, I just need to get out of their way.
Speaking of Keegan, I believe he went over 1,000 points for his
He
career
did.
tonight. I just talk about just what he's been able to bring to you as a scorer, and also kind of lifting that weight, because he hasn't, he struggled a little bit as a scorer this postseason, and there's always that thing, the closer you get to 1,000, the harder it seems to get. So just talk
The
about it.
thing I'll talk about it is at first when the number came out, we were off. So we thought it was going to be, what guys, like
17.
we thought it was 3 games ago, and then we do the math and it was like, and to give you a testament to Keegan and even his father, they're like, don't, even if it was home, they say, don't you dare stop the game. They say, you can't preach team, and then stop the game to celebrate someone. It happened down here, we'll celebrate it next year. You think of what Keegan's done in the fact of the way he played at Greater Beckley Christian and how he was used, and, to evolve in this roster and how we play says a lot about him. That he said I came here for this week. He came here for where we are right now. Super proud of 1,000 points. As a guy who probably scored 500 points, can't imagine what that's like. We'll make sure we celebrate him next year, and I promise you what will happen is these guys will celebrate with him. Although they were not here, and it says a lot about Justin Arvon. He texted me, when we celebrate, I want him to come to the gym. He's going to be there. That's a testament to how Keegan treats people. So when it's time to celebrate him, everybody that's involved will be there. So super happy for him, but I promise you, he doesn't care.
Yeah, I want to say Keegan never mentioned like him even getting close to it. Everybody on the team, I think, found out from the media, and it just shows like he is a team first person. I wouldn't want to play with anybody else.
Brock, he scored 30 tonight. There was this kid last Saturday that held another girl with 2 points, named David Workman. How many points do you think you could score on her?
I don't know. She's pretty good. It'd be a tough matchup.
Any further questions? All right, Coach, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.